I like hunting, and while I know a lot of people don't really like the idea of hunting, I enjoy it. But you can't just go hunting whenever you want. There are seasons for hunting different animals, like deer and bear. So if you want to go hunting, and whatever animal you're hunting for isn't in season, you're out of luck. At least, that was before the uprise of computers and consoles. I remember when I was a young kid, we had a Wii game called Big Game Hunter, and it was super fun, or at least back then. Looking back now, it actually sucked, but the point is that now, with VR, you can go hunting right in your own living room, for the small price of nothing. Yep, that's right, this ultra-realistic hunting simulation is completely free. Now, before I continue, I just want to say that this video is going to be really boring to look at, and that's because this game is really boring to look at, but that's something I can get over. It is a free game after all, right? Well, no, not exactly, but I'll get into that a little bit later. For now, let me talk about the menu. Do you remember how earlier I mentioned Big Game Hunter? Well, the menu is essentially just the menu from that. There's a thing where you can select what time of day you want to hunt at, which is always funny to me when hunting games have that, because where I live, you can't hunt after dark because it's illegal, and yet that's far from the worst crime in this game. But again, I'll get to that later. Also in the menu area is a trophy wall that's already full of trophies the first time you launch the game. So you don't get trophies for hunting, they're just there. I bet you anything that what happened here is that they didn't feel like retexturing just the heads of the animals, so they put the entire body texture of the animal in there, and then they put this big wood block to try to cover it up. Right when I hopped into the actual game, it told me to kill 3 deer. Okay, easy enough, I just need to find some deer and shoot them. And I'll just ignore the fact that shooting 3 deer is illegal in most places. Alright, and after shooting 3 deer, the game tells me to find and shoot 3 boar. Okay, so I did that, and then the game told me to find and shoot 3 moose. I think I'm starting to notice a pattern here. Yeah, so the beginning of the game is just finding and shooting certain types of animals, which would be fine, but the problem with this is that that's all you can do, and there's no incentive or reason for doing it. It's just a sandbox, and shooting isn't even that satisfying. The guns just reload themselves. They give you these tools that would make you think that there's more to it, but there's not. For example, they give you a knife, which you would assume you'd use for skinning an animal, but you can't use the knife, like at all. It's just there, for no reason. And it's around about the time that I found that out that I started asking myself, is this game good? And no, not by a long shot. But it's also not terrible. I mean, considering it's free and somebody probably made it as a hobby or for practice, so I'm not gonna tell you it's objectively bad. Or at least that's what I would say. But as it turns out, this game isn't just somebody's hobby. Do you know how I know that? Because they added in-game purchases that you have to pay real-world money for, which I've always found scummy. That's why I hate games like Fortnite. Should I run? Can it kill me? Should I get out of here? What? And I will say, if there's one thing this game did sort of well, it's that if you shoot a deer in just the right spot, they'll die immediately, which is accurate to real life. When you're hunting a deer, the best place to shoot them is right here, because as morbid as it sounds, you can get the lungs and the heart, which leads to a very quick death for the animal. Also, this is completely off topic, but I told my dad I'd be making a video on a VR hunting game, and he said that it'll probably get tons of views, which was really funny because this video is essentially for a demographic that does not exist. But if you're watching this, I genuinely hope you have a good day, and if you're having a bad day, I hope it gets better. But anyway, thank you to my original Discord members, Cheez-It, Alfie, Catachu, Chicken, Daybreak, Dr. Uranium, Eve Music, John Dragon Ball, Leah Jack, Marco Sec, Sigmund, Tab to Win, Virtual Moldavite, and Zero. Thank you all for being there, and I genuinely hope everybody has a good day. Alright, well I think I've had just about enough of this game.